You want to speak to somebody, but you don't have somebody to speak with. You cannot practice your English. You understand English well, or any language that you're trying to learn, but at the same time, you have nobody to talk in English with. And all these videos just keep drilling that same thing into your head. Have somebody to conversate with, but you have no one to conversate with. And for me, I also had nobody to talk in English with. So it was just I, me, and myself. Look, it's easy to say that you should have somebody to talk in English with. You should constantly speak the language to other people, and embarrass yourself. But I didn't even have somebody to get embarrassed in front of. If you're watching this video and you're somebody that their loved ones are trying to learn a language, or your friend is trying to learn a language, fight the urge to correct her or him every 2 seconds. Okay, they're messing up grammar, they're messing up vocabulary. It does not matter. Just let them speak. I know it's coming with good intentions. Most of the time it comes with ego though, but sometimes it comes with good intentions that I want that person to learn well. But fight the urge at the start. Let them be comfortable enough that they can take advice from you. At the start, let them speak the language. If they're lucky enough to have somebody that they could speak in English with, just don't be an ass and let them speak. Don't correct them every 2 seconds. So how do you try to speak the language fluently without actually having someone to speak the language with? Now, what does that mean? For example, I say, that looks so nice. And now you're seeing that dress and it's pretty. And that person said, oh, this looks nice. So you don't have to do anything. You just have to say that same word. Oh, this looks nice. You just have to repeat that same sentence and mimic that. The basis of it, the conventional advice that you should have somebody to speak in English with is very true. It's very true because you need to speak the language that you're trying to learn. But it's unfortunate that most of us don't have any language partners to conversate or practice our English with. So, but you still gotta speak the language. So how do you do that? If you're watching a movie, mimic the dialogues. If you're watching a YouTuber, mimic their dialogues. And mimicking works best if you're mimicking someone that you actually enjoy watching. Maybe mimicking anyone and anybody, politicians, anybody that you like that's speaking English or any language that you're trying to learn. Just keep mimicking that. When they say it, pause it and then just say it. I actually said this point in my last video on the same topic, that you need to be talking to yourself a lot. It's not crazy. It's actually very healthy, and it actually will improve your life by 1,000%, I would say. And it's not, I'm not bluffing right now, because it did to me. My communication skills improved more than my English skills. My overall communication skills improved, even though I was just talking to myself. I don't know how does that work, but it really works. Start doing this if you haven't already. Of course, nobody, has to be around except yourself, because they'll be like, what the hell are you doing? So I told you in this video, the tips are all about somebody that has nobody to speak in English with. Yes.
American, RP, Posh, Australian, Scottish, Canadian, Norfolk.
अभी कौन सा चल रहा है?
अभी के लिए कोई सा नहीं, अभी ये न्यूट्रल है।
अच्छा, अभी नॉर्मल है।
हमने BBC देखनी शुरू करी, तो BBC न्यूज़ और CNN न्यूज़ दोनों में इकट्ठी सुनती थी, एक पे ब्रिटिश एक्सेंट, एक पे अमेरिकन एक्सेंट। देन आई यूज्ड टू मिमिक द होल न्यूज़, जो उनका एक्सेंट होता था। आई यूज्ड टू वॉच YouTube videos, I used to read. That's how I learned 9 different accents.
You are from South Africa. In your movies and in talking to you, I've never found you to have any trace of an accent. How did you learn English so well?
And I had about $5 a day, and I couldn't afford a dialect coach. So I would watch television, American television, 24/7.
And that's what you would watch that, and you would learn English from that?
Oh, yeah.
What kind of shows?
Oh, everything.
When I came here, I had no knowledge of English, and that was a little bit hard for me. I couldn't communicate as much. I couldn't talk to a lot of people, but it took me, I'd say, a year probably, because of my best friend. He taught me how to approach people, how to start conversations, what to say, and also movies helped a lot. So a lot of Netflix at night.
Now this point actually combines my third point, which is imagine scenarios and give answers. When you're talking to yourself, you need to be imagining scenarios, not just about you're in front of the mirror and you're talking to yourself, which is good. But what's even better is that you imagine scenarios. That, for example, you watched a movie and now there was this conversation between two people and you thought that, okay, how would I respond if I was sitting in front of that girl? So what you do is that you replay all the scene in your head and then you swap yourselves with the main girl character or the main guy character, and you start the conversation as if you're giving answers to that person in a way that you want to express yourself. You don't have to like say the same shit the girl is saying. You can just say something different that actually resonates with you. This is actually a point that I said in my last video, but I will be saying this again even though I know it's input, but this point is super duper 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 important. Reading subtitles is really helpful. And why do I say it? Is because when you're reading the subtitles, it's conversational English. Okay? It's not some book or some grammar or some textbooks or syllabus. It's conversational English. You're literally reading the dialogues. And your brain just catches that, even though, when you read it so much, you actually start understanding English words that you have never heard before. You just get the gist of it, that, okay, this must mean along the lines of this. And you're actually right on point. You need to be reading the subtitles in the language that you're trying to learn. For in this video, it's English. So reading English subtitles will help you immensely. When you would start talking to yourself, you would actually understand, okay, my English is very conversational. It's nothing too textbooky. It's nothing too formal. But I'm actually, even though I cannot say it, but in your head, you would know exactly how the conversation should lead. And before you know it, because it will happen, you will actually start speaking the language. So yep, reading subtitles or reading webtoons or comics or manhwas, webtoons, all of these things, they work. Even books, not books, novels, not motivational books. That's not what I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about novels, English novels or storybooks. So if you're interested in that, they help so much. Singing songs is actually an output-based activity, and you need to hear what you're singing. It's so much fun, and it helps your brain realize that you're actually talking.
You speak really, really well. Did you teach yourself English?
No, English is, I think, is the most difficult language. Very difficult to speak. When I came, she, he, and it, I ate. Difficult.
Difficult.
Yeah.
And did you study it in school, or you just learned it as an adult?
No, I learned from TV.
From TV?
Yeah, from TV.
That's right.
And American movies, and just American songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to, because hello, ladies, you are always on my mind, you are always on my mind. I learned from songs and
don't listen to rap, you could get in trouble.
It doesn't even have to be like English artist. It can be any artist, as long as they're speaking in English. It could be K-pop songs, but as long as they're in English, keep repeating that. Sing along the songs, and you would have so much fun, and you would actually start improving on the language so much, because your girl did all of that, okay? I'm actually not a teacher of English, or I'm not an expert on this topic, but it's just what worked for me. So that's what I'm just telling you. Look, I'm telling you, if I waited around for somebody to have into a conversation in English with, I wouldn't be where I am right now. So you just have to make use of what you already have and just get going. Just get going. And yes, bonus point. Language learning apps are crap as far as, these interactive language learning apps where everyone is like pen pals and then you have to speak in English with. Nobody comes there to learn languages. I have tried and tested that. It's a place full of thirsty people, and weird ass people that they got nothing to do with the language learning, and they got everything to do with making boyfriends or girlfriends. Maybe not even that. Maybe just being just creepy ass. That's all. So just don't download these apps. You could download Duolingo and stuff, but as far as pen pal apps or these apps are concerned, where everyone would just come in and everyone would just learn languages, nothing like that happens. It's just full of thirsty and horny people and trolls. Nobody on those apps are interested in learning any language. I was the kind of person that used to download these apps so much, and in a matter of week, I would just be deleting that. Thousands of messages, and not one of them is interested in learning the language. Even when you start talking to that person just keeps coming on to weird stuff, and they're just not interested at all. It just feels like Tinder, but just weird ass Tinder. Because on Tinder, you know what you're there for, but here is just in the shadows. It's just crap. Okay, just don't download these pen pal apps and all this stuff. Keep it clean, nice, fun. So yep, these are all the tips that helped me become fluent in English. And if you do have any tips on how you learned a certain language, and you have any tips on this topic, please do mention them in the comments down below. Please do mention your challenges on what you're facing in learning the languages, or if you want me to cover any topic, do mention them in the comments down below. I love reading your comments, and trust me, I read all comments. So yep, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed the video and you found a few valuable tips out of this video. And if you did, please like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video.